triumph here over 3 years ago. Well, we heard from Arne Slot last night, we heard from Alisson. Credit to Arne Slot, who I thought was extremely honest, and he was fair. He gave us around 10 minutes answering various questions about Mo Salah. But then he did say, look, my focus is on the game. And that really was where Alisson was talking as well, just saying it's not been easy on the group. But the senior players, we have to step up. We take the responsibility. We have the Liverpool way in our mentality. Well, they're going to have to show that unity now and put all of that distractions to one side.
Oh, they absolutely are, because all the attention now will be on whether Liverpool can do it without Mohamed Salah, or do they need him back in the team. So this is a really big game for Liverpool tonight. I think this is one of the games that can ultimately change the season, because it's going to be one of the toughest tests that they face this season as well.
Yes, it certainly has been a challenging few days, and they do face a real challenge now for an Inter side that were runners-up, of course, last season. They've indeed been runners-up in 2 of the last 3 seasons, so they have been consistently performing in Europe's elite competition. And they were also runners-up behind Napoli by just a point, and already they are once again contesting for the title as they lie 3rd in Serie A. Liverpool players form a huddle. They're in all red. Virgil van Dijk delivering the team talk, and then an embrace with Alisson. We saw them here last season, actually, in the opening game of the Champions League phase against Milan, where they came from behind to win by a goal to nil. This is another test altogether.
Yeah, it felt different last year. I mean, if they went behind last year, which they did very early, I think it was around the 3rd minute when Pulisic put them in front, you felt like that team would come back. Not so sure this one might today.
We're underway. Liverpool in all red, playing from right to left. The Salah story has dominated to such an extent that the match has been overshadowed, but it certainly takes centre stage here now on BBC Radio 5 Live. We're live also on the BBC Sounds app, and we welcome listeners to BBC Radio Merseyside, who are joining our 5 Live coverage here from San Siro, which is atmospheric at its very best. Sommer all in yellow, plays the ball towards Barella. Barella out to this near side, Enrique gives it away, and then Gravenberch finds Van Dijk, who ventures forward. Gravenberch now to Canate inside the centre circle on the halfway line.
Yeah, just interested look at Liverpool's set-up. It is a 4 at the back, but then Gravenberch's the very deep-lying sitter, and then there's almost a 3 pressing in front of them, so almost like they know that vulnerability is there and that they need to protect this back 4.
Here is Gomez inside to Gravenberch. Gravenberch will go further square. Robertson midway through the Inter half, back with Jones, just outside the centre circle. Southampton have got a second goal at home to West Brom. They lead 2-0 at St Mary's. Barnet lead Bristol Rovers by a goal to nil, and Cambridge United have taken the lead at home to Chesterfield in League 2. Meanwhile, Mansfield are now down to 10 men because Reece Oates has been sent off for Nigel Clough's side. They're at home to Bolton. But that's going to be a very, very tough test for Mansfield now, losing a man so early in the game. Here is Gravenberch coming forward. McAllister lets it run through to this near side, and Ekitike makes good headway on this near side, the left corner of the area. Then he's stopped as Barella bites at his ankles, and the ball passed back then towards Robertson, and now Van Dijk plays it early, and Liverpool have settled into a nice early rhythm here. Already 2 minutes played. As Canate then towards Curtis Jones. Have they started at Tottenham? John Southall. Oh, hold on, John, because Isak's played in on the right-hand side. Isak with a cross. And there was a Cherby to cut it out, and DeMarco will sweep it clear. But Liverpool look to win that second ball back, and we'll now go back to John Southall.
Well, Tottenham should be ahead. Tottenham nil, Slavia Prague nil. Richarlison unmarked, 4 yards out, off the right shoulder of the goalkeeper and behind. He couldn't believe he hadn't scored. He should have done. Tottenham nil, Slavia Prague nil.
Sheffield Wednesday have lost their last 4 in the Championship. Bottom of the table, of course, minus 10 points, but they have taken the lead at Vicarage Road. Watford nil, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Reading nil, Peterborough 1 is the latest score in League 1. 0-0 in the Champions League. Szoboszlai just toes the ball on its way towards Isak, out towards Gomez, delivers the early cross, and that was caught by Sommer, and he had to claim that rather high.
This has been a really impressive start from Liverpool so far. I'm just trying to get a grip of the shape and how they're playing. They're very organised in the way that they've set the system up. Ekitike's playing off the left-hand side. McAllister's almost playing as a false 9 through the middle. Isak off the right-hand side, but the press is exceptional from Liverpool. We wondered where that width would come from. It's coming from Isak on the left, but it's also coming from Joe Gomez on the right-hand side.
That's the voice of Stephen Warnock. And if you think back to last September, when we were here together in San Siro, Milan had actually taken the lead at that stage after just 3 minutes against Liverpool, who then came from behind to win 3-1. But it's 0-0, 3.5 minutes in here, as Barella will pass the ball in field. Marcus Thuram. And now with Acerbi inside the centre circle, out towards Bastoni. Plays on the left-hand side of that back three. He ventures forward. DiMarco is quite high and wide as well, the left wing back. Mkhitaryan gets a touch now. All of a sudden, the first opportunity to see some passing from the home team. Mkhitaryan. Liverpool, though, have got everybody bar Ekitike back behind the ball. Mkhitaryan, who has been struggling for fitness, might probably only last no more than an hour here tonight. He's the solitary change from the side that beat Como by 4-0. Acerbi waits, comes to a standstill. McAllister is pressing. Isak is there. Liverpool are not allowing Inter to settle. Mkhitaryan has to release the ball quickly towards Akanji. And now Thuram, but actually, if anything, Stephen, they're being forced back by Liverpool.
Yeah, they are, and it's a really good press from Liverpool. And we spoke before about them playing in a dime when we thought Szoboszlai would be that higher player. It's not. It's Alexis McAllister who's almost that number 9 position, splitting Isak and Ekitike. They're forcing Inter Milan into mistakes.
Here is Gravenberch under pressure, took the ball well under control. Martinez was hoping for a little slip up there, but it's cleared now by Robertson. McAllister will give chase. Çalhanoğlu will go back all the way towards Sommer, who passes it right-footed out towards Bastoni. He'll give it towards Barella, but he had a little glance over his shoulder, and he knew on that occasion he was being tracked by Curtis Jones. So once again, in to go back. I do have to agree with Arne Slot as well with his analysis at the weekend when he was speaking, whilst ironically Mo Salah was giving his explosive and his outburst in the mix zone just outside where Arne Slot was conducting his post-match press conference, where he was saying against Leeds United, we controlled the game, and up until Konate concedes the penalty, you couldn't see Liverpool losing that match.
No, but there's been too many moments of madness from Liverpool players this season, and that was another one from Konate, an individual mistake. And we certainly know from the crowd at Ellen Road how they can quickly get behind the team and change the momentum in a game.
Well, they certainly did that. Here is Thuram, backheels the ball. DiMarco was beaten to it by Gomez, who passes the ball back to Alisson. He clears it long downfield. Elsewhere in the Champions League, Union Saint-Gilloise are leading Marseille by 1-0. This is match day 6 of the Champions League phase. 2 more games to come in January, and in fact, Liverpool's next match will be a trip to the south of France to play Marseille. So when you think that they are lying 13th, and they've got to get into the top 8 if you want automatic qualification to the knockout stages, with this one included, they're 2 testing trips in the Champions League and still work for Liverpool to do.
Yeah, they certainly are, and this is why the game tonight is so important, to close that gap and to make sure that they find a way into that top 8. I think that what I'd say though, Deno, is I'm really pleased tonight already with the position of Ryan Gravenberch. He's right in front of that back four. He knows that there's been danger in the last few weeks, and he's really holding his position and making sure that he's more protective.
Isak was fouled by Mkhitaryan, former Arsenal and Manchester United midfielder. Isak gets himself to his feet, to about 10 yards up from the byline on that right-hand side. Maybe 4 or 5 yards in from the touchline. It is going to be a free kick. In fact, the referee, who is Felix Zweier from Germany, he's actually taken it back a little bit. It's almost level with the penalty area on that far side, the right, as Liverpool all in red. Szoboszlai, with his socks rolled down, is going to take the free kick. And Inter have got everybody back inside their own penalty area. Jones and Robertson lurk unmarked on the edge of the box. Szoboszlai fires it in. It comes out towards Robertson. He heads it back towards Gravenberch. Gravenberch now towards Jones with a square ball. Szoboszlai will collect it as he retreats back towards the halfway line. And Liverpool keep the ball and then go all the way to Alisson, who's some 10, 12 yards outside of his penalty area. 0-0, 8 minutes played. BBC Radio 5 live, the BBC Sounds app. We're also live on Radio Merseyside. It's been an a short start by Liverpool.
It has, it really has. I think the one thing that suits Liverpool against Inter Milan is that Inter Milan like to play short passes, but not really that direct team that Liverpool have struggled against in recent weeks. But the structure and the shape looks better, they look calmer in the way that they are, Liverpool. It doesn't look as gung-ho.
Van Dijk.
Oh, what a ball.
That's a great ball, diagonal ball, searching, finds Gomez, who's getting forward at every opportunity on the right-hand side. He plays it back towards Jones. Man in field is Szoboszlai, back towards Jones. McAllister, touch now towards Isak. Isak on the edge of the area, feeds it out towards Gomez. Gomez with a delivery, Sommer pounces on it. That was a really promising move by Liverpool.
It's lovely interplay by Liverpool, 1 and 2 touch football. I'll tell you who started this game well, Deno. Curtis Jones. He's been at the heart of everything. He's almost got a little bit of a free roll to get on the ball and to instigate how Liverpool dictate the tempo of this game. Little interplay down that right-hand side, and Jones fizzed the ball Gomez fizzed the ball near post, and it was such a dangerous ball. I thought the defender might have just put it into his own goal.
At times, the passing against Leeds at the weekend felt a little slow, a little bit predictable, but it's been a lot sharper and quicker here tonight.
Yeah, but if you think back to the games that Liverpool won, they won against Aston Villa and they won against Real Madrid. That tempo was so much quicker in the way that they played, and I think you're right in what you say, Deno. I think the way that they've moved the ball so far has showed the intent, the way they want to play tonight.
PSV are leading Atletico Madrid by a goal to nil in the Champions League, as here is Barella, and now with Çalhanoğlu actually taking over, and back towards Barella with a short pass back towards his right-hand side. In the UEFA Women's Champions League, there's been a goal at Arsenal. Sohail Sahi.
And it's gone to the holders. Arsenal won 20-0, coming after 10 minutes. Good work on the edge of the area. Foul to Beth Mead, and she curled it in. A slight deflection of the Twente defender, but Beth Mead will claim it. Arsenal won 20-0.
Lively start at Meadow Lane in League 2. Notts County have levelled. Notts County 2, MK Dons 2. That's fourth against third. And Fleetwood Town 0, Salford City 1 is also a latest score in League 2. Arne Slot at the moment, with a stoppage in play, is just taking advantage of that to have a word with Curtis Jones and Ekitike. It is an issue, I think, with Çalhanoğlu, who is the player who's just on his haunches at the moment. I think he might be coming off, you know.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? It doesn't look happy at all. That is a loss for them, because I think he's a terrific player. I think the way he dictates play, the way sort of controls the tempo of games, his vision and passing ability, that'll be a big loss for them. But Zielinski's an adequate replacement. He's an exceptional player as well.
Yeah, well, he's got previous against Liverpool from his time at Napoli. In fact, he won all 3 encounters when he was playing in Italy for Napoli. Scored actually 2 goals, I recall, back in Naples when they won 4-1 back in 2022. One of those was a penalty, so that's an early change. Çalhanoğlu, set-piece specialist, over 100 caps for his country. Turkey goes off, and Piotr Zielinski, who's equally been capped over 100 times for Poland, 105 to be precise, is on. That was a late challenge on DiMarco by Gomez. It remains 0-0, and we will go to Tottenham Hotspur. Oh no, Atalanta-Chelsea. Alistair Bruce-Ball.
12 minutes in Bergamo, it's Atalanta 0, Chelsea 0. Both teams starting tonight on 10 points. One moment of danger in the Chelsea box early on. Ademola Lookman managed to wriggle his way down to the byline, put the cut back in, and Robert Sanchez got a crucial touch with the heel of his left boot. He just took it out of the path of Charles de Ketelaere, who may well have stuck it into the net. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 0.
Well, we can go to Tottenham now, and John Southall.
Well, it's Tottenham 0, Slavia Prague 0. First chance for Slavia Prague. Provod on the edge of the area, 20 yards out wide of the left-hand post. As the shot comes in from Richarlison, saved by the goalkeeper Stanish to his right. Tottenham 0, Slavia Prague 0.
Live on Sports Extra, Andy Robertson has been completely upended because Lautaro Martinez has gone flying into a challenge. He's only been shown a yellow card by Felix Vaya, but he was he? Oh, he was late.
He's very late. I think the only thing that saves him is that it's a shin on Andrew Robertson's shin rather than a stud but that was so dangerous. I mean, Robertson, very, very lucky if he does get up from this one, because that was such a late challenge for him, Lautaro Martinez.
Well, VAR would naturally be having a look at it, I would guess, wouldn't they? But there's no indication of that at this stage, but he didn't half fly into the challenge, Martinez.
I mean, Andrew Robertson's done a full somersault there, but not through jumping out the way of the challenge. I mean, he is being caught. What the concern there for Andrew Robertson is that he's been caught on the ankle. We're just seeing a replay of it again. That is awful. That is such a bad challenge. I mean, I think he's gone through his ankle as well, and Robertson's ankle was actually on the ground at the time, or his foot, should I say. His studs are on the floor, so that's a concern for Andrew Robertson.
Would that, for you, constitute serious foul play?
No, I just think it's trying to work out the right terminology. I think it's a little bit late and just mistimed in the challenge. I don't think it's malicious in any way.
It was definitely reckless, though.
I suppose so. But is it endangering a player? Probably not.
Well,
the thing is, he's back on his feet.
He is. And Martinez has been shown the yellow card and no further action to be taken. So the inter-captain is booked after 14 minutes. Robertson, thankfully, is back on his feet, although he's just still feeling it. He's just lifted his right leg, just trying to stretch that as well as he was clattered into. It remains 0-0, 14 and a half minutes played. BBC Radio 5 live. Don't forget, Tottenham Slavia Prague is live on Sports Extra. And tomorrow night we are live in the Burnabout for Real Madrid against Manchester City. As Barella stabs the ball back to Luis Enrique, the Brazilian, signed from Marseille for 23 million euros. Bastoni brings it down well around knee height. Over the halfway line he comes in the all navy blue, into playing from left to right. Liverpool supporters are making themselves heard high up in the gods away towards our right hand side, as Barella being tracked by Jones, and again Jones putting him under pressure. That'll be a throw.
The press has been really good. It's forced into Milan back every time that they've tried to pick the heads up, look for a pass. They've made sure that there's a red shirt in the faces of the Inter players.
Barnard have got a second goal against Bristol Rovers, 2-0, and Marseille have equalised in the Champions League in Belgium. Union Saint-Gilloise 1, Marseille 1. Bastoni, Szoboszlai runs towards him. DiMarco to Acerbi, had to hit it early. Martinez, Canate though, away from Martinez, and then Thuram back towards Alisson, who's just able to put his foot on the ball inside the penalty area. In a light green goalkeeping outfit, Alisson goes downfield, but Akanji will see off the challenge of Ekitike. Ball is touched back towards Sommer, clears it away, but it was a hurried clearance and it goes straight out for a throw, down to the Liverpool pressing.
Yeah, and then it's Isak who's just chasing a thankless task really of closing the goalkeeper down, puts him under pressure, but then it sets the trap. Andrew Robertson then is pushing down onto this left-hand side, onto Enrique, making sure that there isn't a simple pass to him, and then kicks it out of play. It's been really positive from Liverpool so far.
Neither side, though, has yet created a chance. 0-0 in the 17th minute. Alisson's forward ball, Gravenberch. Zelensky will run towards him, passes the ball out wide, far side. That's for Canate to try and come away from Thuram. And then on the run, he will lift the ball in the air where Jones will collect it. And he runs away from Barella and has now got time to run forward. And he looks up and sees that McAllister is on. Finds McAllister, who passes the ball towards Robertson, running freely now after being clattered into just moments ago. Here now is Jones. Not quite the midway point of the Inter half as they're attacking the Curva Nord here in San Siro. Isak, ball breaks back towards Jones. Good footwork by Jones. Jones still going. Jones with a shot. Good save by Sommer. That would have been excellent by Curtis Jones. Got the shot away. And Sommer, low down towards his right, made a one-handed save.
Brilliant from Curtis Jones, from start to finish, from the left touchline up into the shot at goal. He looks quick, he looks sharp, he looks like he wants to be the main man tonight.
Ekitike, Gravenberch will shoot. Sommer again brought into action. went down onto his knees to push the ball away towards his right-hand side, and in a matter of 30 seconds, Liverpool have created 2 chances. Still 0-0. Referee's played an advantage. But then all of a sudden, Inter give the ball away, and there are groans from the Inter supporters as Jones, once again, he's a man on a mission here, to Ekitike. Ekitike's early ball in from the left-hand side, and Isak is the one who has to give chase as DeMarco and Mkhitaryan tidy up. But that was certainly a lot of encouraging signs for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's so impressive from Liverpool. They look so comfortable within this shape. It's like they know when the triggers are happening, when to close down, where the passes are on the pitch. One of the best things for that passage of play, Deno, for me, was that they had a 1v1 situation into Milan. There was 4 players around Thuram within a matter of seconds, closing him down, won the ball back straight away, and the speed in which they turned defence into attack, so impressive.
Stephen Warnock, the former Liverpool and England international, who's with us here inside San Siro on BBC Radio 5 Live. McAllister. Arne Slot will be very satisfied with these opening exchanges. Jones, infield to Gravenberch. There's a nice fluency about the way that Liverpool are playing. Szoboszlai, back towards Konate. Van Dijk left of the centre circle. Forward ball towards Jones. Controlling the game at this stage. Robertson waits. Enrique is in front of him. Passes the ball back towards Van Dijk. McAllister makes himself available, but the option goes short towards Robertson. Floats it forward. Reaches Ekitike. He looked to try and stab it into the path of Szoboszlai, but Cherby nipped in to concede the corner.
Yeah, lovely ball from Andrew Robertson. Just floats it into Ekitike, and then there's runners beyond him. Szoboszlai making sure that he's joining the attack as well. McAllister was always also in the box as well, and then Joe Gomez, the right back, found himself in that area as well. So they're very positive in the way that they play, but there's almost this lovely balance that they've got, both the defence and attack.
Southampton now lead West Brom 3-0, a second goal for Adam Armstrong. That's in the Championship. Szoboszlai waits to take the corner kick near side the left. In to have everybody back. Szoboszlai clips this one in, and in the end it was flicked away by Barella inside his own 6-yard area at the far post. A corner kick on the other side, the right.
Yeah, not a bad ball, but Konate misread the flight of the ball as it came in. It was actually an opportunity for him to get a header on goal, and Barella at the back post didn't want to take any chances, but he was on his own. He could have taken the ball down comfortably. It's another set piece for Liverpool.
So Szoboszlai will wander from the left to that far side, the right, to take it. This should be an out-swinging corner kick. There's a clutch of players in the central area, just inside the box. Konate, Van Dijk, Ekitike, Gomez is in there too, and it comes from Szoboszlai, headed out by Mkhitaryan at the near post. He was the first man. Gravenberch then gives it towards Jones, left corner. Robertson swings over the cross. Sommer comes to claim it all in yellow and gathers the ball safely in his midfield. 0-0, 5 Live.
Yeah, decent enough ball from Andrew Robertson. Just a little bit too much height on it, allowed Sommer to come and claim the ball. But what I think was very evident was when Sommer took that ball, the Liverpool players turned, sprinted back towards their own goal, made sure that there was a 6v2 situation. Something that they've obviously spoken about is that they switch off at times, they turn their back on the play, and teams are counter-attacking them on them too easily.
Charlton 0, Middlesbrough 1, Northampton 1, Huddersfield Town 1, and Lincoln City lead Barnsley by a goal to 0. As Szoboszlai tries to cut out a ball, Gomez does, gives it towards Isak, and it goes away from him and out for a throw. So they are the goals elsewhere in the Football League. We'll get an update from Bergamo. Alistair Bruce ball.
Still Atalanta 0, Chelsea 0, but only thanks to a brilliant block by 19-year-old Josh Acheampong. It was a cutback from the right. It found Lookman 6 yards out. He hit the shot well, and Acheampong appeared from nowhere, stuck out a long leg, and blocked the shot. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 0.
Shrewsbury 0, Grimsby Town 1 is the latest score in League 2. What's the latest at Tottenham, John Southall?
It's still Tottenham 0, Slavia Prague 0, but Mickey van der Ven has picked up a yellow card. It looked a bit soft, but that means he'll miss the next game against Borussia Dortmund, and that's a blow. Tottenham 0, Slavia Prague 0.
Bastoni is forward, central defender, who's going to continue his run. Instead, they look for the run of Lautaro Martinez. Gravenberch was there, he sensed the danger, digs the ball out and clears it up towards Isak, who's caught in possession. Isak has stayed down for the time being. Bastoni plays it forward. Lautaro Martinez is offside. Flag is up, and it'll be a free kick to Liverpool. I told you that Middlesbrough, who remember were only 7 points behind Coventry City, they are leading at the Valley, and news of the goal comes from James Gregg.
Yes, Charlton 0, Middlesbrough 1. It had been coming as well, Ian. They'd had all the play, and Riley McGree, great bit of one-touch stuff on the edge of the 18-yard box. A super one-touch finish like a thunderbolt past Kaminski, and it means that it's Charlton 0, Middlesbrough 1.
Barcelona 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1 is the latest score in the Champions League. Mention Coventry in the Championship, they're at Deepdale, and there have been developments. Adam Cottier.
It's Preston 0, Coventry 0, but Preston are down to 10 men here. Liam Lindsay, their centre-back, sent off for holding down Haji Wright, with Lindsay the last man after he got into a muddle. Preston 0, Coventry 0, but Preston have a red card.
Goalless here in San Siro between Inter and Liverpool. Curtis Jones has just been penalised for a stray arm catching Thuram.
I don't understand that whatsoever. Curtis Jones is in possession of the ball, uses his arms to protect it. Thuram runs into his arm, into his chest. The referee is right on it. Thuram goes down, holding his face. Come on, get a grip of yourself.
Yeah. That was pretty poor from Marcus Thuram, completely deceiving the referee and winning a free kick as a result. 24 minutes played. Here is Acerbi, striding forward out of defence for the ball. Thuram hits it towards Barella, and now it is with Gravenberg, who turns away from Martinez. Gravenberg sees an area, darts into it, bit of space there as McAllister now passes the ball out wide. Gomez, one of the 4 changes that Arne Slot made from the team that drew 3-3 at Ellen Road. Still great noise inside San Siro here on BBC Radio 5 Live, as now Canate finds Gravenberg with a diagonal ball, and Jones on this near side the left will find Robertson just in from the touchline. Christian Kivu, who was appointed after replacing Inzaghi in the summer on a 2-year deal, out patrolling his technical area. When Arne Slot was asked about Christian Kivu and how he might have changed things, he said he sees more similarities than differences with the way that Inter play.
Well, how many times did we watch Inter Milan last year and you're thinking, they're not doing anything, but they're actually comfortable in their own skin. And what I mean by that is that they don't care when they're not in possession of the ball. They know they're good at defending, they know that they're organised, but they do carry a threat, and out of nowhere they can change games.
Zielinski looking for the run of Thuram, but Canate sees it back to Allison, clears it first time. Mentioned that Mansfield earlier were down to 10 men, and they've now fallen behind at Field 0. Mansfield Town 0, Bolton Wanderers 1 is the latest score in League One. 26 minutes played here in the Champions League. And Mkhitaryan picks it up. Martinez, 30 yards out from goal, runs forward, away from Canate, looks for the link up with Thuram. Martinez went down inside the area, the referee has none of it, and he tells Martinez to get back to his feet. As here is Martinez, just outside the area, his through ball blocked, out towards Bastoni. Naturally, the fourth official, the VAR official, Soren Storks, will have a look at it. DiMarco with a cross, Robertson tucks in to clear, and then McAllister is fouled by Barella, and that will be a free kick to Liverpool inside their penalty area. So VAR will have a look at that. Maybe Stephen Warnock might have too. We'll get his thoughts after we've heard of a goal at Tottenham from John Southall.
Tottenham have the lead. Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0. An own goal. Corner was whipped in from the left-hand side, and there was David Seamer to put it past his own goalkeeper with a header. Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0.
And a goal between Atalanta and Chelsea. Ali Bruce ball.
Yeah, Tottenham lead and Chelsea lead now. Joao Pedro has scored. Neat finish at the near post from Reece James's left wing cross. Initially ruled out when the assistant referee's flag went up for offside. Checked by VAR. No offside. Joao Pedro scored. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1.
It was telling, actually, wasn't it, that it was more the Inter supporters rather than the players that were looking for a potential penalty there.
It was brilliant defended by Van Dijk. He just got an arm across Martinez, and he hit the deck, hoping more than anything that he might just get the decision from the referee. But that was the moment that we've seen, or the first moment that we've seen from Inter Milan, just inject a little bit of pace into that forward area. And it was Martinez on Canate. Canate just a little bit slow to react to the situation, helped out by his centre-back partner.
Also highlights exactly what Stephen was saying about the threat out of nothing that Inter can pose. 28 minutes played, 0-0. Here is Szoboszlai back towards Jones. Awkward for him to control on the halfway line, but does so. Van Dijk forced back by Thuram and passes the ball to Alisson, who touches it then first time to Jones, who drops midway through his own half. But there's nobody to come short towards him. Robertson's actually over the halfway line and forces Jones to go back towards Van Dijk, just forward of his own penalty area. As now the ball is hit long by Konate, and Ekitike's made the run behind. The ball actually didn't kick on for Ekitike. It's allowed Acerbi to get back into position. Here is Ekitike, fires it in and saved at his near post by Sommer, diverted behind for a corner kick.
Oh, I think he does so well here, Ekitike. But the one person I'm looking at is his teammate, Alexander Isak. The run he makes, it doesn't help Ekitike. He wants a pullback, he wants something else, because there's no way the position where Isak takes up at the far post, that the ball can find its way there. There's two Inter Milan players, there's the Inter goalkeeper as well. It's almost impossible to find it through to Alexander Isak, but great play from Ekitike. Lovely ball over the top from Konate as well.
Bromley have equalised at home to Crawley in League Two, as there is another Inter player at the moment, might be Acerbi, who is just feeling an injury at this stage. He's been consoled by two of his teammates.
It's his hamstring, Dano, which is a real concern for Acerbi.
He can't continue.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he will be able to.
Barella has just indicated that a substitution needs to be made, so that is the second player who's had to leave the field due to injury. I would imagine that Stefan de Vrij would be the player who would come on. Christian Kibu, the Inter coach, is at the moment just having a discussion. Acerbi was walking off and now he's stopped.
Well, he knows because he needs to get a substitution on.
Yeah, there wasn't the replacement that was ready, and Arne Slot now is pointing that out to the assistant referee, because he was coming off and they've actually told him to go down.
Yeah, well, it's sensible play from Inter Milan, making sure that they aren't outnumbered. They make sure that they've got time now to make this substitution. I think he actually picked up the injury trying to stop the cross from Ekitike, and as he sold him that little bit of a dummy, he overstretched, and then as he went down he felt his hamstring. But they're putting a magic spray on him now, but there's no way he's going to continue.
No. Let's go somewhere around the grounds in the Football League. We'll start at Deepdale. Adam Cottier.
Where we're nearing half-time here. Preston 0, Coventry 0. Preston down to 10 men after Liam Lindsay was sent off for holding down Haji Wright. Wright has come the closest for Coventry so far, through on goal. His shot was saved by Daniel Everson. Preston 0, Coventry 0.
The German international Jan Bisek will come on to replace Acerbi. Harrogate 0, Accrington Stanley 1, Blackburn Rovers 0, Oxford United 1 are other latest scores in League Two and the Championship respectively. So play is about to resume here, with Liverpool having a corner kick, still goalless in San Siro on that far side, the right. Inter have got everybody back, so Bisek, 25-year-old German defender, straight away thrown into the action. Szoboszlai takes it, gets plenty of elevation, and it's headed in. Oh yes, Konate! Konate pounced from close range. Two Liverpool players sent it goalwards. Konate was alert, and 14 minutes to go before half-time. Konate, who scored in San Siro last season against Milan, he's at it again. Liverpool lead 1-0.
The Inter Milan players are crowding round the referee. They think there's a foul in here. I thought Liverpool had made a mess of it. It's Ekitike who goes up for the header. He clashes with another Liverpool player. I think it's Virgil van Dijk, but it doesn't matter because it goes towards goal. And Konate, he's unmarked. He finds the ball, easy header, past the goalkeeper, past the man on the line. They've deserved it, Liverpool, but has it come off the arm? Not of Konate, but I think it might be Virgil van Dijk. This will go to a VAR check.
So they're going to check this for VAR for the handball leading up to the goal. However, at this stage, all the players have gathered around the centre circle. Virgil van Dijk and Lautaro Martinez, the two captains, are having a word with Felix Bayer, the German referee. Elsewhere, Shrewsbury 1, Grimsby Town 1. And we wait to see what the VAR official will have a look at it. Christian Kibu is also having a word now with the fourth official down below. But you're right, it was Ekitike challenging Van Dijk for when that corner came in from the right-hand side.
I I think it just depends where it's come off the arm. Is it above the shirt line or is it below that? We've only seen one replay of it, but the replay when we did see it, it looked like a handball. However, they're taking a long time over this, so they're probably finding it very difficult to see whether it was off the shirt line, because Van Dijk has actually got on a long-sleeved red top as well. Very difficult to see. We're just seeing another replay now, Deno, but we haven't got the right angle. That's the wrong angle to see it from.
Yeah. It needs another angle. That was the angle where it's showing us from behind Ekitike and Van Dijk challenging the ball. It's a question when you think of the T-shirt rule, isn't it, really? Does it strike the left arm of Ekitike high or low? But the fact that they're having such a long look at it tells you that it must be very, very tight.
Yeah, and we're going to see another angle of it now. And to me, it looks like it comes off the arm of Van Dijk and almost punches not punches it, but pushes the ball up high. You've got Dominic Szoboszlai almost saying, yes, it's come off the arm, but it's come off the upper arm. This is such a tight decision, so a difficult one for the VAR officials.
Seems to have only sort of like the crease of the elbow, isn't it?
I always find this one a difficult one, because if you think about where a corner can be taken from, the ball only has to be a fraction over the line for it to be on the line. Well, is that any different on the shirt line? How does that count? How does that matter? Or how does that interpretation work?
The Italian journalists who are next to our producer George, they believe the goal should be disallowed. Of course,
Sure they do.
Of course they do. However, now that Soren Storks, the VAR official, has told Felix Zweier to come and have a look at the monitor. Now, what they need to do, I always think, with a handball, in any handball, is let it go naturally. Don't freeze frame it, because every time you look at a freeze frame, you're going to say that's handball every single time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he will now have a look at the monitor, which is down by the tunnel area here. And again, he's got a freeze frame. Well, in that instance...
Well, the ball's not even on the shirt yet. So the ball's in the air. So that's very difficult to actually see at the moment. Now they're showing him a picture of it with a player in his way, in Van Dijk's way, so the referee can't actually see where the ball touches his arm. So I think this is why it's so difficult to find it for the VAR, because the actual camera angles aren't that clear as to where it's hit his arm, or if it has hit his arm. This is very, very difficult to see, because they can't actually get the freeze frame to hit if it hits his arm.
Well, in that instance, then, should the goal not stand?
It should.
But it doesn't. The goal has been disallowed. After a lengthy delay, that goal has been chalked off for handball in the build-up to the goal, and it remains Inter 0, Liverpool 0.
Yeah, Rice smile from Arne Slot down on the touchline. Just saw him on the monitor to our right. A big smile from Konate as well. A really interesting response from the Liverpool players. Curtis Jones just looking at the players and giving that gesture of, come on, let's go again. We can beat these. Not a problem. We've been good enough so far. We've caused them problems. We might not have got that one, but we'll get another goal.
Well, now buoyed by that decision, Inter come forward with Barella's crossfield ball cut out by Szoboszlai. Goal at the Valley, James Gregg.
Charlton 0, Middlesbrough 2, 7th of the season for Morgan Whittaker. A move out of nowhere, was so fast on the break, Borough down the right-hand side. He fizz one low and hard into the bottom right-hand corner. Charlton 0, Borough 2, and that's the half-time whistle.
Bisek steps out of defence, carries the ball to the edge of the area. Bisek shot, takes a deflection. That could have gone anywhere. Corner kick, quickly, half-time at Deepdale, Adam Cottier.
Haji Wright has come close for them. Preston 0, Coventry 0.
Cheers, Adam. Well, Bisek there went forward right to the edge of the area, and it came off an outstretched leg from Van Dijk. The goalkeeper, Allison, was moving to his left, and that really could have gone anywhere. As it was, it went behind, and DeMarco was going to take the corner kick on that far side, the left, but he's now swapped, and it will be Barella to take it. DeMarco now waits on the edge of the area. 0-0. Barella fires in the corner kick, headed out by Isak. Drops towards Enrique, forward of the centre circle. This is Zelensky. Now out towards Mkhitaryan, runs forward. His cross into the penalty area. Van Dijk heads it up and away. Missed kick though by Ekitike. Second chance, gets something on it. Catches Thuram, gives away a direct free kick as a result, and it's going to get a yellow card.
They just picked up the pace a little bit here into Milan, haven't they? They've just got the crowd going. The crowd are now back in their team. They've been a little bit more direct in the way they've restarted this game since the disallowed goal, and Liverpool just have to find that shape again.
Actually, I'm not sure he is booking him. Did he show him the yellow card there? Yeah, he did. So this is a direct free kick. It is left of centre, and we are 25 yards out from goal. But that decision that went in favour of Inter with the disallowed goal for Liverpool has fired up the crowd, and it's also now brought Inter, sparked them into life.
And there was also an incident there where Misak had that shot. It actually ricocheted off the hand of Virgil van Dijk, but the arms were connected to the body. It was never going to be given, but the Inter Milan players did want a penalty. They weren't getting one.
So Barella or DiMarco with a free kick. Barella runs up now, right-footed! That was close. That was mightily close, right-footed. And he almost drops his shoulders in disbelief that it didn't go in.
Yeah, he had Alisson sprawling right across the goal. We're going to see a different angle of it from our replay screens as to how much bother Alisson was in. No, it was wide enough. It wasn't as close as it looked from our angle. Alisson was at full stretch, but I think he was quite comfortable, Deno. I think he had it covered, had it have been on target.
Atletico Madrid are level at PSV. That's 1-1 in the Champions League. Queen's Park Rangers lead Birmingham City by a goal to nil in the Championship. Latest at Tottenham, John Southall.
Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0. Yellow cards being dished out around here. Great chance for Slavia though. Sadilek 12 yards out, unmarked, straight to Vicario. Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0.
The other interesting thing about Inter, thinking about it, is that Zelensky and Bisek have both come on due to enforced substitutions. They will obviously have a natural time to make more substitutions at half-time, but in game, they'll only have one more opportunity to make changes, will Inter?
Yeah, that's very true. So it comes very key, doesn't it, to what you do at half-time, how you think about those substitutions, whether you're going to need them. We were talking before about Mkhitaryan as well, having an issue, an injury problem, so they're going to have to manage his minutes. Maybe he might get sacrificed at half-time to make sure that they can use the second half substitution.
Yeah. We've got 5 minutes to go to the break. Stephen Warnock with us here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Inter 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool have had a goal disallowed. Chelsea are 1-0 up in Bergamo. And in North London, Tottenham lead Slavia Prague, who are still yet to win in this league phase, by a goal to nil. That is live on Sports Extra. Tomorrow night, live in the Bernabeu, Real Madrid against Manchester City. And Saturday's 5 Live Sport with Mark Chapman from midday. Our 3 o'clock commentary comes from Anfield. Liverpool against Brighton and Hove Albion. Chelsea Everton will be on Sports Extra. As Martinez passes the ball forward. Barella makes the run. He crosses the ball towards Thuram, but Gravenberch heads it back. Alisson didn't keep the ball in play. Slides behind, carries it over the byline. That will be a corner kick to Inter.
Huge round of applause from Virgil van Dijk to Ryan Gravenberch. Sense the danger. And that's what I'm talking about. That closeness of his position towards the back line allows him to get back into position. It allows Liverpool to be more confident when they go forward, that they've got that protection. They tried to get that big switch to Thuram. He was never getting the ball to Gravenberch. Tried to cushion it back to Alisson. Didn't quite work, but the cover's great.
DiMarco on this occasion will take the corner kick far side the left. Still goalless on 5 Live. DiMarco now an outswinger. Alisson gets something on it just before Martinez could get there. Barella is forced back. Union Saint-Gilloise 1, Marseille 2 is the latest score. Mason Greenwood has scored for Marseille. As Zelensky comes forward, DiMarco hits it, the cross, falls to Martinez, lays it off. Zelensky with a shot on the rise, right-footed, 25 yards out, off-target goal kick, still goalless.
Yeah, really difficult skill, lovely layoff from Lautaro Martinez into the pass of Zelensky, but he was always cutting across the ball. He was always off balance as he hit the ball. It was always a difficult skill to keep the ball down. It was always rising into the top stand. There's been moments for Inter Milan when things have looked a little bit promising, but Liverpool have, I think, been quite comfortable so far in this game. So far in this Premier League season, and in the Champions League. We've watched Liverpool, they've looked so disjointed, so uncomfortable. I don't see that tonight, I really don't, so far in this game. This guy has to do more though.
Isak.
Yeah, has to do more.
In what way? What do you want to see him do?
Well, when the ball goes up to him, be strong, hold off a defender, create your space for yourself, create that position to protect the ball. If you're going up for a header, make sure that you're trying to find someone, pick someone out. At the moment, I feel like he's just a little bit of a passenger in the game.
2 minutes to go to half-time. The thoughts of Stephen Warnock on 5 Live. Zelensky's forward on that far side to the left. Infield towards Barella, slides it towards DiMarco, lays it back towards Bastoni. His cross takes a deflection and diverts it off the back of Gomez behind for a corner kick. Certainly Inter, we've seen more of them as an attacking force since that goal for Liverpool was disallowed.
Yeah, they've just upped the tempo, they've changed the tempo, the crowd's allowed them to do that as well. The start that Liverpool made didn't allow them to do that, and now they're doing to Liverpool what was happening to them earlier on. And Liverpool just have to stem the tide until half-time.
Barella, short sleeves, wearing gloves. It's not as cold as it was last night, certainly. It's been a glorious day. Clear blue skies and sunshine, but as a result the temperature plummets on the evening as Barella rolls it towards the left corner of the area for DiMarco, back towards Barella, doesn't beat the first man, strikes Isak, links up with Robertson on the right hand side of defence, and now Isak can come forward. Isak is fouled by Barella. The referee says not. Liverpool are complaining to a man, and a wag of the finger from the German referee Felix Weyer. Bastoni, Barella, 30 yards out, back towards Bastoni on the left. Bastoni with the cross, Alisson gathers it in and catches the ball. Still Liverpool complain, and I think with every right to do so.
Oh, 100%, that was the best moment for Isak. He drew in the foul from 2 or 3 Inter Milan players, run with the ball, got himself in a great position, and then he was chopped down, he was side down, and you're thinking, well, he's not going to go down for no reason. He was beyond the defender. Strange decision from the referee.
Is Isak struggling a little bit, do you think?
That was from that challenge. He hit the deck and he's twisted his ankle. I think that's what happened when he went down. I think he's just almost making a point to the referee as well.
Certainly not running too freely. 7 minutes of additional time, which we're now into in the first half here in San Siro. DiMarco looks towards Thuram, cut out by Gravenberch, running back into his penalty area. Gravenberch now controls it, passes the ball up towards Ekitike. Ekitike able to turn over the halfway line. Isak going up with him. Ekitike comes away from 2 players, Zelensky and Mkhitaryan. Waits for some support, holds on to the ball. He's done superb as Ekitike. He wins the throw.
He's great at running with the ball, isn't he? The way he rides challenges, the sleight of feet, shifting it from one to the other. That's what Isak used to do at Newcastle. I'm watching Isak at the moment. He looks shattered. And I'm thinking, you haven't done anything yet. That's what happens when you miss a pre-season.
Yeah.
That is what the problem is. And he's going to struggle all season to find that fitness and that sharpness and that robustness that you need from a good pre-season.
So far in this European campaign, before tonight at least, 2 starts and 2 substitute appearances in the Champions League for Liverpool since that big money move from Newcastle. Here is Van Dijk. Robertson passes the ball back to Alisson. So 7 minutes of additional time here on 5 Live. We're with you through until 10:30 with Kelly Cates. Then Tony Livesey takes over on 5 Live at 10:30. That was a coming together of Gomez and Mkhitaryan.
There was only one player who went for the ball there. Mkhitaryan knew that Gomez was there, bumped his hip into him. That's obstruction. I never understand how referees know the rules but don't understand that one. There's only one player who's gone for the ball there. It's incredible.
And the free kick goes in favour of Inter, and Gomez was penalised. Here is Gravenberch, holds off Thuram. Down to one knee, wants to take it quickly. Thuram prevents him from doing so. Still Gravenberch wants to take it and passes the ball out to the left for Robertson. Now with Van Dijk. Van Dijk, Jones.
He's so reluctant, Van Dijk, to give the ball to Kanate.
McAllister looks for the run of Isak. Isak, though, will see it all the way back towards Sommer. Half-time at Tottenham, John Southall.
Tottenham lead Slavia Prague by 1-0. David Zima's own goal, the difference, heading into his own net. Richarlison missed 2 good chances before that. Slavia Prague have offered a threat. Sangyand and Sandleg with their best openings. Tottenham 1, Slavia Prague 0.
a really good run from Bastoni. I do like Alessandro Bastoni. Carries the ball well. He's very tall and lean. What is he? About 6'2", 6'3". As now Martinez makes that run to the left-hand side of the penalty area. His cross goes in front of the face of goal, all the way out towards Enrique, who's been extremely quiet. DiMarco pops up now. His cross is cleared by Van Dijk. DiMarco, the left wing-back, was on the right-hand side of the penalty area.
Yeah, interchanging, making moves across the pitch, but brilliant ball from Martinez across the face of Alisson. Alisson just looked at it and hoped that there was no one arriving at the back post.
DiMarco has actually stayed in the central area, so they've now got those three players occupying the two central defenders, DiMarco, Thuram and Martinez, and still he won't wander away because the width on this stage is being provided by this man, Bastoni, on that far side. Inter still at 0-0, playing from left to right. Coming forward now with Zelensky, who shoots, and it's straight at Alisson. Half-time at Atalanta, Chelsea, Alistair Bruce ball.
Chelsea leading 1-0. They've had one shot on target. It went in. Clever angled finish at the near post by João Pedro, converting Reece James's cross. Initially ruled out for offside on the field, but corrected by VAR. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1.
Cheers, Ali. Half-time as well in the Women's Champions League at Arsenal, Sahel Sahi.
Arsenal leading 20 by a goal to nil. The goal coming after 10 minutes, Beth Mead with a delicate flick. Palova, Mead and Russo, they've all worked the visiting goalkeeper. Half-time, Arsenal 1, 20-0.
Liverpool have got a throw on this near side to left from McAllister. That noise from the end away towards our left, I don't think has stopped all night.
No, it hasn't. No. Well, I'd say more so since you talk about Liverpool fans.
Really?
On the left-hand side. I think that's more so since the goal got disallowed, and I think they've just picked up the tempo a bit and thought, do you know what? We need to get behind this team because we haven't so far.
Robertson is unable to control a ball that was played over his right shoulder, bounced away off his left boot, and out then for a goal kick. Now at the top of League One, earlier Port Vale Bradford City was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at Vale Park. It's third against top at Broadhall Way. Half-time, Angus Patterson.
Stevenage 0, Cardiff 0. Cardiff dominating with two-thirds of the possession and two big chances. Top scorer Yusuf Salek missed an absolute gimme header. Stevenage 0, Cardiff 0 at half-time.
Remember, Lincoln are still leading at Sincil Bank. They were fourth in the table against Barnsley by a goal to nil. So in stoppage time here on BBC Radio 5 Live and also on Radio Merseyside, still goalless, but Mkhitaryan now comes forward. He too is wearing gloves and short sleeves. He enters the penalty area, but he's stopped in his run. It will break back towards Barella. Barella does a 360-degree turn. DiMarco helps it on its way out towards Thuram. DiMarco now gives it to Bastoni. He delivers the cross. Martinez! Great save, Alisson! The downward header pushed away by the Liverpool goalkeeper. Great reflex save.
Unbelievable save. Van Dijk caught napping at the back post. He didn't know where Martinez was. Martinez got a run on him. Saw the number on Van Dijk's back. He knew he was in control of the situation. Downward header. Exceptional save from Alisson.
Martinez has scored in all 5 of his Champions League games at home in the calendar year of 2025. 8 goals during that run. He almost made it 6 consecutive home matches by finding the net in Europe's elite competition. In stoppage time, and we're inside the last 60 seconds of the minimum of 7, but Inter are finishing strongly. Mkhitaryan rolls it in. Thuram barged off the ball by Van Dijk. McAllister went to ground not once but twice. I think he was fouled the first time, but the referee let play continue, and Liverpool in then do get a free kick. But that was wonderful from Alisson, wasn't it?
It really was, and one thing you know when you come away from home in the San Siro and you're playing a very good team, you're going to have to rely on your goalkeeper at times to make big saves. I've seen the save again. I thought it was right in the corner. I thought it was an unbelievable save. It's actually a comfortable save for Alisson. But what Alisson does really well, and he does better than most other goalkeepers, is his decision making within a split second. He knows not to try and hold that ball. He pushes it away to safety because he knows that's the best decision at that moment.
Well, there is the half-time whistle. Inter 0, Liverpool 0.